all I am.
No, because like, he acts like he doesn't care. He acts like that he doesn't care because like I'm a freshman and like all the upper graders he like acts all nice to him and like gives them good grades and everything.
I think there's like a difference between like unreasonable expectations and like parents just pushing you along. My mom and my dad, they expect me to go to college. They want me to go to college because my dad didn't go to college and my mom didn't. She finished college, but she didn't go through as long as she wanted to. So they expect me to do a lot more. So they push me, go out and do things out in the community. Sometimes I think it's unreasonable, but then when I sit down and think about it, I say they're just pushing me to go along and to do the things that they never did get to do.
Well, I think the worst feeling is failing yourself with your own expectations. Like when it comes to your parents and you don't accomplish something that they want you to accomplish, it's not that big because it's not really something you wanted to do. Or school, you want to be the best you can be, so whenever you don't get the grade you wanted or something, that's when it hurts the most. Rather than your teacher expecting you to get like a B or a C, and you really wanted an A and you got a B, you achieved their expectations for you, but you didn't achieve your own expectations, so it really hurts.
I know for me, I like to say yes to everything. And I will say yes to everything and anything you want me to do. And I've realized that you can't say yes to everything, that you have to sometimes say no. And I know for me, that hurts because I want to do everything. I want to be able to give to everything that you want me to do. And sometimes you can't. And I know that there's only 24 minutes and hours and everything like that, but I just try to.
I think it's like a mixture of both because sometimes you have to strive to work for what you want and then like you are at the same time thinking about your grades and what your parents want from you and what other people want from you, so there's like a lot of stress put onto you and you're trying to reach your goals and everybody else's goals for you, so you eventually just cave in when you don't reach the goals that you want and the goals that they want for you.
One expectation is like when my parents push me to get all A's, especially my dad. But I got like 2 B's on my report card, and my dad got mad because he expects more of me. But those 2 B's are in like my hardest classes because I take AP advanced classes, so it's pretty hard. And like I get stressed out a lot because I try my best to get A's in those classes, but it really doesn't work out. So,
live up to some expectations that people could put on you because of I guess there's some, like, your parents, they want you to, like, be able to do, like, come home and get chores done and all that, and even though you have, like, schoolwork and stuff that you have to get done the next day, and it's just, I think, hard sometimes to balance all that.
Most of my parents graduated from college, so they expect me to do a lot. So I try my best, but all the time I can't always do it. But I try my hardest every time.
I think that parents try to put too much expectations on people because they want their children to be the best at everything they can do, but not everyone's perfect and nobody's perfect, so they can't. I think It's hard for people to live up to everyone's expectations, like especially when you're trying your hardest and sometimes you fail. So I think I'll just try my hardest, and if I don't succeed, then I'll try again.
And correct me if I'm not hearing it right, is that there's a lot of, there's a lot of expectations that are put on you by your parents and also on your own, like that you expect of yourself. And the frustration comes either when you're doing the best that you can do and you're not meeting the expectation, or when you're doing the best that you can do and you feel like other people don't think that that's enough, that that's not the best you can do, and they expect you to do more. Yeah, I tried. Is that accurate? Is that what you guys are hearing from each other? All right, I think Monica can follow up.
Why you're angry, and like Monica said, you know, the issue of being angry in and of itself, it really isn't an issue, right? Everybody's gonna get angry at some point, right? And so the things that facilitate your anger, you guys have kind of talked about, and I want to hear from you guys now about how you deal with your anger. Like, how do you respond to being angry? And I think it works best when we pass the mic around.
How should we respond, or how do we respond?
How should you respond? How do you respond?
What do you do when you're mad?
Yeah.
I mean, usually when I'm mad about something, I just kind of isolate myself. I like just stay on my own, like try to get over it on my own. I don't really try to talk with people about it.
It depends what it is for me. Like, I used to internalize things. I don't do it no more because I realized it wasn't good for me. But I used to like hold everything in and not say anything. Like I usually, I don't talk that much. So I'll be like thinking about it, trying to figure out like how I should handle it or something, because I don't want to like make the wrong decision and whatever it is. And if it gets like too unbearable, I find like a way to vent, like you know, like exercise, box, talk to somebody, talk to my might just talk to somebody you trust, I guess, or something.
Okay.
And that usually works for me, or I just don't think about it anymore and I act like, you know, I don't deal with it. I don't try to deal with it until like it comes back. Like when that moment arises, like I'll take care of it. So I won't think about it until like I have to. So yeah.
I know for me, my attitude gets real bad and everything makes me mad. My mouth get bad. I want to fight. I don't want to go to class. And if a teacher come to me like, why ain't you in class? They gonna get cussed out. Not cussed out, but I'm gonna be like, why are you so worried about me? That's how my anger is.
When I get angry, I'll write about it. So, because I don't feel like if I talk to somebody about it, it might make me more angry, and like their reaction might not be the like reaction that I want. So I just write it down.
When I get angry, I'll just like sit there, or I just take a nap.
Okay.
Angry, I usually like will go walking or ride my bike, but if that doesn't help, I'll talk to my parents about it.
Whole night.
Basically, we'll walk and ride my bike and like try to not think about it. Like watch something like funny on a movie or a video.
When I get angry, I just push it to the side and go do something else.
I'm angry, I'll talk to my parents about it. Even if I'm mad at them, we'll still talk about it. And sometimes, like, during, like, sixth period or something, me and my friends will, like, live to each other, and that really helps.
Angry, I usually like I'll bottle it up for so long and then I just take it out on whoever's there.
In the past, before, I was like, if I got really mad at something that happened, I'll throw a shoe at the wall. But I don't do that anymore. But most of the time when I'm angry, I just like separate myself from different people. Like the presence of people just gets on my nerves for some reason. So like I normally just go and be by myself.
Well, I just like stay quiet and sometimes ignore, but not talk to anyone.
When I'm angry, I go in my room and get on my phone and like try to play a game or something, or like watch a video on YouTube that'll make me calm down.
When I get mad, I usually like walk around my neighborhood, or I play basketball, or I just go in my room and watch some comedy because that always makes me happy again.
Get angry, I go in my room and like just sit there or just watch TV, something like that. And think about what happened and just think if I did something wrong, do I need to apologize? When I'm angry, I'll like yell at the person that like made me angry and I'll like lash out. Or I'll just like isolate myself so I don't lash out at people.
You know, each other person deals with anger, because it'll be kind of important when we break out into the next section and we're talking about solutions to anger. We do have another facilitator here with us now. We have Aubrey Williams. I'm going to let him come and introduce himself. And if you have anything to add to the conversation or any questions you'd like to pose.
Yeah, he stuck a Skittle in his ear, so it made me angry. Couldn't throw anything, but you know. I didn't feel real comfortable jumping in, coming in late, not hearing the whole discussion, but I am looking forward to going forward. I used to be a very young, angry black male. Had to learn some different ways to deal with that anger. You guys are straight. When I was your age, I was in the streets, so it was a completely different ballgame. A lot of times I don't know what to do with good kids because I'm used to working with the ones that are really on the edge, so maybe y'all can teach me some things too. But for now, I'm gonna save my questions for the breakout session.
Vice President, Chief Operating Officer here at LCCC. It's always best when I get out of the way and let our leaders lead. But today's workshop is a part of a project on media literacy. So I wanted to kind of give the overall context of what we're doing. We're wanting to really examine this issue of anger for a reason. And the reason is we're wanting young people, one, to have a voice on that concern. But the bigger issue is we want to begin to advance ideas that suggest that there's a different way to respond to some of these challenges, some of the stresses that I'm hearing that we're faced with. So when Ms. Ingram asked, how do you deal with it? It's good to go on record how you deal with it, but that's for the purpose of really trying to figure out, is there a different way? So we're excited to have the School of Public Health helping us with this project, because the real idea is to get out in the community some messaging around solutions for young people to deal with this. And not only for young people, but for anybody who has an influence on young people, parents, school officials, law enforcement. So you're going to talk about that in the breakout. You're really going to shift the discussion from thinking about how I deal with it to what's a better way for the world to deal with this issue. What's a better way for other people in the community to deal with this issue? So from that standpoint, you take the driver's seat and you become the leaders, you become the experts on the subject matter. So I just wanted to add that just to kind of set up these breakouts, because the breakouts are really designed not to rehash everything that you've heard, but to really start thinking creatively, how would you advise the rest of the world on how to deal with this issue? And when you think about it from a global perspective, we can always bring it back in to talk about what are we going to do in this community? How are we going to influence the key stakeholders? So the next step in this is to really have a community forum. We've scheduled for 2 weeks out to invite media to come and hear from young people on this issue. That way we can begin to get the information out to the broader community. So stay tuned to this, because this is not the end of it after today. The School of Public Health is also going to help us to create public service announcements that will be branded with the Teen Leadership Council and branded with the voice of young people on this issue. So stay tuned, and we're going to go to the next phase. You ready?
Yep.
Question?
Do if like you have a friend that says like he wants to commit suicide, and like you talk to him but you don't know if he's still gonna do it or not?
Well, I mean, if it's your friend, and you need to tell somebody else, you feel like it could possibly happen. When you try talking, then you need to go higher up. Tell the parent, they might not like it, they might get mad at you. That's a situation too. Like I work with young people, 16 to 19-year-olds in the court system, and everything we talk about is confidential. But if they tell me something that, like they're being abused or something like that, then I have to take it somewhere. So same way with your friend with suicide. I mean, how would you like either that friend being mad at you for you telling, or they actually carrying it out, and then you never seen them again? You have to carry that on your conscience.
It's really serious. So she told like a teacher, and he knew, and like I feel like her parents knew, but they tried to keep it a secret. So I feel like you should tell, because you never know what they're gonna do.
Like not to like do it, like explain to him like what would you think, like what your family would feel like and things like that. And like he was like okay, and like I told him if like he feels like he's going to just come and talk to me and I can help him, he